Welcome to the Dell Technologies Configuration Center in the Netherlands. This is one of 14 global configuration centers that enable us to manage the personalization and distribution of our products around the world. This location maintains the highest levels of ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 certifications, as well as the globally recognized TAPA A security certification, Health and Safety OHSAS, and AEO status. This facility is 65,000 square meters in size, and it provides a wide range of second touch services for both our PC and enterprise products. This includes rack builds, configuration services, fulfillment and merge activities, as well as outbound logistics. All of this is integrated within our supply chain, which reduces the time, risk, and cost of delivery. In 2019, we upgraded and extended our rack integration area. This space is only accessible by secure badge access. The air quality is constantly monitored and controlled in the build and test area, and high-resolution lighting ensures that we can inspect our products and adhere to the highest standards at all times. When an order is placed, there is a consolidation of materials. Third-party equipment can be procured directly by our customers and provided to us, or customers can leverage our supply chain and we will purchase components on their behalf. All Dell and third-party materials are subjected to a thorough inbound inspection as goods are received. Customer-owned equipment is stored in the dedicated rack storage area until it is required for production. In the kitting area, we pick and group the parts and materials for each rack, based on the approved bill of materials. All parts are unpacked, scanned and inspected. No cardboard or packaging is allowed into the build environment to uphold air quality. Cables are prepared and labeled in advance. We work closely with our customers to create the rack design. Each rack has its own build document that is created by our engineering teams and approved following a rigorous design review by our customers. Ergo lifts are used to put the rack components in place, and a full inspection of the rack is completed once it has been stacked. Racks are then cabled according to engineering best practices, following the build document design specifications. Once this is completed, our operators can start the validation process. Racks are taken into a segregated area for validation. This is where we perform testing on completed racks. Scripted tests assess the hardware verification and functionality. Then the rack is connected to a power source and network to validate it. The testing process covers BIOS and firmware settings, switch configurations, storage and server settings, as well as full connectivity and topology testing. In addition to this, we can support customized stress tests to identify any potential hardware issues. The results of the stress tests can be made available to our customers. Throughout this process, we leverage our supply chain and merge center as needed for spare parts. We have automation tools to define BIOS and firmware settings and to configure switches according to customers' requirements. Our on-site technicians have deep technical expertise. Once we complete the validation process, a full asset report is provided. If required, we can provide direct access to servers in this facility via a secure VPN connection, so customers can remotely log into their racks and review the configuration build. This means you can begin your configurations and deployment within our factory and minimize the work your teams need to do when a rack arrives on site. Further internal quality checks are completed in our inspection area, reviewing once again the build document. First article reviews are shared with our customers. We can provide photos and are able to film the final product if the customer is unable to come on site to validate the first article. Once approved, the rest of the order can be built to the same standard and specification. The rack is installed on a special pallet which contains a high-density foam to absorb any vibrations during transport. The rack is packed using tri-wall corrugated cardboard that contains tilt and shock sensors. Short-term storage is available prior to shipping. Depending on the customer's requirements, we can provide a full white glove delivery service, which means we can install the rack in any location in the data center. If any issues arise while a rack is in our supply chain, we aim to resolve them as quickly as possible. With Dell Technologies, you can rely on our experience and expertise to engineer, configure, and install custom rack technology into any data center environment.